A group of sheep had split into two sides, their heads lowered like they were ready to charge. They preferred headbutting each other to death than living peacefully together. That morning in the dry desert, only a small patch of grass remained. Two shepherds arrived, each wanting the grass to fatten their sheep for a better sale price. The sheep behind them were not angry at each other. In fact, they happily bounced around when they saw one another. But the shepherds stood their ground. They raised their staffs and decided to settle it with strength. Just then, lambs from both flocks ran forward and began playing together. The shepherds could no longer stop them. They couldn't even tell which sheep belonged to whom anymore. Finally, the shepherds were forced to cooperate for the first time. They planted stakes in the middle of the field and built a fence so the grass could be divided equally. Once the fence was finished and they were about to rest, the sheep gathered near it, not to fight, but just to look at each other. Suddenly, a large sheep rammed the fence and made a hole. The shepherds panicked. To prevent this, they reinforced the fence with iron nails, barbed wire, and electricity. But the sheep didn't understand. One lamb touched the fence and was pricked. It stepped back and thought. Then, cleverly, it tried to jump over the fence. One shepherd saw his sheep injured, so the fence was replaced with a strong stone wall. Now it was impossible for the two flocks to meet. A lamb gently bumped the wall, and a small stone fell from above. Hope grew in its heart. It stepped back and rammed the wall with all its strength. But the wall didn't budge. Other sheep, seeing this, became motivated. One by one, they began to charge at the wall. They didn't care about their lives, they just wanted to be together. The shepherds were now afraid. They had to act. So they gave the sheep different patterns. One flock had striped wool, the other had dotted wool. Now, even if the sheep met again, the shepherds could tell them apart. But the young lambs noticed the differences. They saw the wool on the other side looked unfamiliar. From that moment, distance formed. They stepped back, gathered strength, and in their eyes, there was no friendship left, only enemies. Before the shepherds realized what had happened, the two flocks began to attack each other. They kicked, they rammed, blood spilled, and in the end, none of the sheep survived. When the shepherds created differences for the sake of profit, they forgot. When division is forced upon those who are truly alike, it will become violence.